Hey guys, JMM Review here. I wanted to share an update with my channel. For over the last 6 months, I've been working on a survival horror website. So I thought it was a good time to share what I've been doing and really why I've been working on this website. Some of my subscribers might know me from whenever I started, I used to make a lot of survival horror content. And it's just something that I've always been passionate about. But also, I feel like survival horror games are just massively misrepresented. I couldn't find a website that where I got a complete list of survival horror games. More often than not, there would be games missing from the list, or there would be games on there that I wouldn't consider a survival horror. Maybe it was more psychological horror. And recently, Silent Hill 2 was released, and it was actually listed as a puzzle adventure game. So people who might be searching for survival horror games online will potentially miss out on games like this because they're maybe just not listed as that. And so I thought it would be good to have a website that just purely focused on survival horror. And that's basically what I've been working on. So in this video, I'm going to share first we'll do a little bit of a tour and just I'll show you the different things that the website can do. So for example, probably the biggest thing in recent times that I've completed is my a list of survival horror games, but this list is linked to a database, and I'll maybe go over that at the end of this video. But the page now has you can click on the different things like the developers, the platforms, there's tags, things like that. So, and we even have you can click on a letter and then it'll change, it'll just list the games from that letter. So a little bit of work in setting this up. This is probably one of the hardest things that I've had to set up. But for example, if we click on, let's say, Resident Evil 2, it'll load its own page now, and that was a big thing for me. This is one of my earliest videos I made on survival horror was my Resident Evil 2 video. But I've put each game has its own video. So let's see, where else are we? Let's go to Lisa, and we'll get a video here from Boulder Punch. So I've tried to make it as much a variety as possible. Each page will have a different video from different ones I like. I really like, let's see, we'll go to Clock Tower. Tango Mushi, I think it's called. She does really good work on survival horror videos, long form content, and I've tried to put some creators I like in there. Eurothug's another one. I've put some of her videos, I think, on Rule of Rose and things like that. If I go to R, let's see, Rule of Rose. Yeah, and oh no, that's actually Tango Mushi again. So, but there are other creators in there, but you can also sort by platform, by female protagonist, for example. You can see all the games with a female protagonist. And I'm just planning on building on this and expanding it. It's not complete, there's games definitely missing on there, and there might even be some games that I have on there that are debatable whether they're survival horror. So it's just going to keep growing over the years, and I'll just keep adding to it. The next big thing is upcoming games. I should actually go over the homepage first of all. So I've got a news section and things like that, but the games that are going to release pretty soon, I try and put onto the homepage. And if you click here, upcoming games, I've tried to list as many upcoming survival horror games as I can find. But again, with that, there's a list of probably 10 more that I need to add. It's just I haven't got it. I've been doing a lot of coding to try and get the games database working, and I also list here some of the recently released horror games as well. So there is the news section, which again has kind of been neglected. I've got one good post here about Vulture Scavengers of Death. I had a little play at the demo of it and just wrote down my thoughts. Shared some videos of me playing it and some images. So really a lot of this is just to get things functional at this stage, which I feel like in 6 months I've done pretty good considering I don't really have that. I'm not from a web development background, but things are like functionally working pretty good. There's still a lot of probably things behind the scenes that you don't know about that need to be fixed, but overall I think it's working out quite well. We do have a Discord as well. I should have plugged that at the start of this video. There's a Discord link on the website. You can just click on that and I'll open it up. And one other thing that I'm slowly working on in the background, if I ever get around to it, is I always wanted there to be a website that had like a historical timeline. Like this is, you know, from the very first, like I'm starting at Alone in the Dark here because it's like the first big 3D one, and after that most games were influenced by Alone in the Dark. So if I scroll down here, Clock Tower came after Alone in the Dark, then Resident Evil, another Clock Tower, another Resident Evil. Iru was a first-person survival horror game. I'm still in two minds if this is actually should be on the list or not, but it was the first first-person game that I could find that was like modern-ish after Alone in the Dark, but it was still a survival horror. And yeah, I need to just continue working on this timeline, but eventually what I'd love to have is a timeline of like every survival horror game, or at least all of the significant ones, and just be able to scroll through that, because I couldn't find anything like that online. And what I'll share with you as well is the database I've worked on. This is partly why it's taken me so long to get the database page up and running, like the list of all the games you've seen. I had to learn how to use MySQL. This is my games table, so in it will have the ID of the game, the name, the release date, the description, a video, and the slug. That's just to help find it, and for the URL. Then there's the platforms, and the platform slugs. Tags, which you've seen earlier. I'm thinking about adding this. I would really like to actually add an indie game tag, so like you can just check out all indie games. There's probably a bunch of other tags that I could add as well. And then the developers as well. There's quite a few developers. That took me a while to tie all of this up together. And yeah, like the one thing that since starting this website that has really caught me off guard is just how many upcoming, especially indie games, like how many upcoming survival horror games there are. So whenever I was first putting this together and I was setting up the homepage, I was like, I could maybe fit about 5 upcoming games. And then I realized that like there was just so much more, especially whenever I was on social media and like searching for, like it's taken a long time to research just all of the games, but I started finding more and more upcoming games, and then I realized I'm going to need a whole page for this. And even still, like I've added loads, but like there's so much more I need to add as well. So it's just getting the time to do that. So it's a work in progress, but I just thought I'm 6 months into this now, and I thought it was time to share, especially if some of my subscribers who subscribe to me because of my survival horror content would like to check out the Discord especially. So I should have plugged the Discord at the start, but if you're still watching, I will leave links to all of this stuff in the description of this video. So that was it, really, just a quick update. So if you guys are interested, then please come along and join up. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.